Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm here with an interesting product for all you cat owners out there, the EBO Air. So this is a little ball-shaped robot with a Wi-Fi enabled 1080p camera that allows you to interact remotely with your cats and keep an eye on them and your house while you're away. So this is definitely pricey as cat toys go, coming in at around $200, but it does have fun features. Let's take a closer look. First off, the EBO Air is really tiny, so this is about 3.5 inches tall, and it can go under your furniture and go places that you wouldn't expect a camera to be able to go. It gives you a cat's eye view of the world, and it allows you to see your home from a whole new perspective, and it also gives you some really cool pictures of your cats. In terms of tech specs, this has a 1080p camera and comes with 32 gigs of storage, although you can put in a larger SD card if you want to expand it up to 256 gigs. As far as Wi-Fi is concerned, it supports both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, but works better on 5 gigahertz. It has a speaker and a microphone, so you can talk to your pets while you're away, and you can also listen to them. And the EBO Air makes a variety of noises itself, speaking in an odd form of baby talk that can get tiring for the human listener pretty fast, but may help catch your cat's attention. And with its ball-like design, the EBO Air manages to right itself pretty easily most of the time when it falls over, so it's overall a pretty resilient device. Similar to a Roomba vacuum cleaner, it has a little charging dock that it's able to find by itself, assuming that it's reasonably close by, and plug itself into charge. The manual recommends that it be within a few meters to do that, but I've had it find its charging dock from quite a bit farther away. In terms of usage mode, you can use this as a stationary security camera 24 hours a day while it sits on its charger, although you can also put it into sleep mode for those times that you don't want the camera always on. You can set it to record constantly or only come on when it sees your pets, for example. And you can schedule it to cruise around automatically and check stuff out at specified times of the day, but it will never go very far from the charging dock when it's in that mode, and it will only cruise around for a few minutes. Similarly, you can schedule it to go into something called Epet play mode and move around to entertain your cats, but again, this is only going to last for a few minutes, and the EBO Air never goes very far from the charging dock. This seems like an odd choice by the manufacturer because the battery life is between 2 and 6 hours, but I think that the reason behind this is to keep the robot close to the charging dock so it doesn't get lost and be unable to recharge itself. Perhaps the most fun thing to do with the EBO Air is to put it in manual mode and drive it around yourself. So this is basically like a drone, but on the ground rather than in the sky. You can use the controls on the app to drive it around, go under furniture, try to find where your cats are, check out stuff in general. The controls are fairly intuitive. Keep in mind, however, that the little robot does have its limits. It can't go over thresholds, climb up onto rugs, etc., and it most definitely can't do stairs. To entertain your cats, you've got two main features, a laser toy and some silicone feathers. The feathers are an add-on item that you stick into a hole in the top of EBO Air's spherical body. 5 of these brightly colored feathers come packaged with the EBO Air, and while they were really popular with my cats, I ended up removing them quickly because my cats kept chewing on them. They're not attached all that tightly to the body of the robot, and I could easily see one getting swallowed, although of course that didn't happen because I was watching them and I took them away quickly. Not all cats may be interested in eating them, however, and they sure are cute. The laser toy was also quite popular, particularly with my one cat who loves light dots. Once he realized that the EBO Air could produce magical dots on the ground and on the walls, he was hooked, and he continued to be fascinated by the EBO Air long after I had turned off the laser feature. He was waiting for the magic to return. However, I didn't let him play with it much because I was worried that the laser might inadvertently shine in his eyes and potentially cause problems. So the laser's cool, but I would approach that feature with caution. So do my cats like the EBO Air? I would say yes overall. At the very least, they think it's interesting. When it's moving around, they tend to keep an eye on it, even if they're not actively playing with it, just to see what it's going to do next. And one of the coolest features of the EBO Air is that it has very good pet recognition skills. There's a setting on the app called pet tracking, and when you activate that, the EBO Air cruises around determinedly till it locates a cat. And then once it does, it stays with that cat, keeping the camera trained on it. So if you're away from home and missing your cat, you can send EBO on a hunt for it. And if it's located in an area that EBO can reach, not over thresholds or on tricky rugs, then it can probably find it for you. So the EBO Air isn't perfect, the app is not the easiest to figure out, and sometimes the Wi-Fi connection drops, especially if you're using it on a 2.4 gigahertz rather than a 5 gigahertz connection. But overall, it's a good little product with quite a few useful features. For me personally, I tend to travel relatively frequently, and having such a versatile pet and security camera is really helpful. I have a couple other pet cameras set up around my home, and while they're better than nothing, they don't have the mobility and pet recognition features to be able to track my cats down so I can see they're okay. Overall, I'm quite happy with the EBO Air. So the EBO Air is not inexpensive. It's priced at around $200, and you can buy it from the manufacturer's website as well as from Amazon.com. It comes in a single color, the white version featured in this review, and is covered by a 1-year warranty. It ships with the EBO Air robot itself, the silicone feathers, a product manual and warranty registration card, the charging dock, and a wall adapter. Many thanks to the kind folks at Enobot for sending me out this sample and for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions about the EBO Air or anything else, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my upcoming tech videos. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.